Hello, we're live. Welcome. We're excited to be wrapping up the day with one of our favorite topics, reporting. I'm Kristi Brown, a Salesforce architect and data geek, and I actually spend most of my time in Tableau CRM, but I also, of course, love Salesforce reports and dashboards, and more importantly, not creating the wheel when I don't have to. I have brown hair and green eyes, and my background is blurred, so you won't be distracted by my amazing yarn wall.
It is an amazing yarn wall. I am Tracie Hart. I am 4 times certified, a Salesforce admin, Salesforce geek as well. I have something resembling red hair, blue eyes, and I got Cloudy here in my background just to offer me emotional support today.
Thanks, Cloudy.
Thank you, Cloudy, as always. So we are going to talk about reporting today, and it's something near and dear to, I think, all of our hearts. You know, we have to spend so much time building reports and dashboards. And every time we build these reports and dashboards, we're asking ourselves the same things. What metrics are we supposed to track? You know, what are we supposed to measure? And then after we get all of that data together, how do we put it in a dashboard that people want to look at? So hopefully we can offer some help here. Kristi, how the heck do we get started with this?
Yeah, I want to tell you, but first, everyone's favorite slide, of course. Quick reminder, make your purchasing decisions based on products and services that are currently available, which is everything we talk about. So perfect.
Done. Good. Let's get back to it. All right, Kristi, you are a reporting savant. Why, I guess, I don't take that lightly. Why do you want to start with a template? What's the benefit with that?
Oh my God, time. So let me tell you about Omni-Channel. So we actually just implemented Omni-Channel for our case routing. And we're actually implementing Salesforce Chat as well now too. So best of both worlds. And it was a big project in itself. So when I get to the end of the project and I'm looking at all of my reporting requirements that I've just slaved away on the internet for, like, what am I even supposed to track? How do I track routing? What is there to track? It was a super long list. And I started rolling my eyes pretty hard. And I think I groaned to you several times about it. And it was going to be like hours of work. I think, what do you think? Like on average to make a Salesforce report, like 15 to 20 minutes each for something easy, right?
For something easy, but then it comes down to, like, is the person who's asking for the report or the dashboard, do they know what metrics they want either? Or is it just one of those,
Never.
I need to know if we're selling, or I need to know how many, I need to know everything about cases. And it's like, go forth with this ticket.
Totally. So 15 to 20 minutes a report, a whole bunch of reports on my list. And it was actually just happenstance. I was scrolling through Twitter, not creating said reports. And I saw a new tweet from Salesforce Labs, and I was like, oh, because it was about an omni-channel dashboard. And I was like, are they spying on me?
It does seem with Twitter in general and Salesforce Labs, they always have the knowledge of when we are suffering through something. I know that I follow Salesforce Labs on Twitter, and they always seem to tweet right when I need something.
When you need it.
And it's just right there. I cannot recommend enough. I know it's a small tangent, but if you're not following Salesforce Labs on Twitter, you need to. Like, they are so informative. They are, you know, they're more entertaining than like Ryan Reynolds on Twitter, and way more informative and helpful to you. So go ahead and give them a follow if you're not already.
And they reply when you ask questions,
They
which is
do.
awesome. Speaking also of Twitter, I just noticing Twitter is on fire today for Salesforce Labs, so that's super exciting.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, back to Omni-Channel. So I've got these hours and hours of reports to create. I've got this dashboard to put together, and then I realized I can just install this dashboard, and it's going to do it all for me. And so that's what we're going to walk through today: is how Salesforce Labs gave me my day back.
All right, so you're going to walk me through the install now, because there are times where I like to skip steps. So I need a best practice here with this install.
Yeah, let's do it. Before we jump into demo though, let's just kind of review what we got going on.
For sure.
And like you said, installing an app might seem kind of tedious. You don't know where to start, but honestly, the longest part of it was deciding which Salesforce Labs I wanted to install because there were several options. But of course, we want to always install in a sandbox first, make sure everything looks good before we move it to production. And that's really all you have to do for this install. And what we get is all of these things. So we get custom report types, we get a bunch of reports, we get a dashboard, we get report folders, and a whole lot of time back in our day. So I feel like we should do something a little scary, jump into a live demo.
What has ever gone wrong in our live demos? Let's do it.
Nothing ever.
Nothing
Okay.
ever.
So first, this is where we find, obviously, our Salesforce Labs in the Salesforce App Exchange. And there's tons and tons in here to choose from. I think when I started making a list of the ones for this presentation, I think I got to 20 different reporting apps and then stopped because there were just so many. It was crazy.
You were overwhelmed by the level of awesome.
I was. So the one that I actually saw in the tweet from Salesforce Labs was this digital engagement dashboard. And actually, let me make this a little bit bigger here. And this reviews Omni-Channel. It had a lot of messaging in it, though, and we're not actually using that service channel. So I passed on this one. And I saw another one, which is, it's amazing that there's so many. This one is all focused about chat. So if you're installing Salesforce Chat, as I am now, this is a good one to start with. And then there's this Omni-Channel Performance Dashboard, which just gives you everything all in there, which is kind of what I was looking for. And then I can pick and choose what I want and don't want. So all you have to do to make it really easy, of course, you click the big green Get It Now button, and you go through a couple more screens, log into Salesforce, obviously, say where you want to install it. Of course, you want to do it in a sandbox.
I was going to say sandbox. Thank you, Kristi.
And then it's yours. So let's just jump in. I've already installed it, of course. So just looking at the components that were actually installed from this package, again, you'll see all of these reports that I got, the report types, which is really great because creating a custom report type sometimes is like scratching your head. Which objects do I need to join together to get the right result? So that's saving you a lot of time. But this is a really boring view. So let's actually look at the dashboard. Oh, and here's all the list of reports. So you truly do get all of these reports that are saving time. So out of the box, this is the Omni-Channel Performance Dashboard. And I just refreshed my sandbox. There's not a lot in here. So I wanted to show you real quick, like how it looks with real data in it. It's pretty, and there's faces, and there's lots of stuff.
All right. So like looking at this, it's lots of stuff. It's given us a ton of information. I'm currently overwhelmed by it though. All right, I'm grateful for the template. I'm grateful for the reports. It's saving me time so far, but if I gave this to one of the stakeholders, they would look at it, be like, huh, and move right on. Yeah. So how do we add some personalization to make sure that people are looking at all of this good data that we've been provided and actually using it?
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff in here. So just scrolling through, there's agent work by service channel. So you'll see in this version, we have more than one channel because we're routing both our cases and our chats. We have activities by day, by queue, everything that you want to track is in here. And that was also like the first thing I noticed. I mentioned I had that long list of reporting requirements where I was like scouring the internet trying to think of, what should I be tracking for this? And already in this dashboard is like industry standard best practices. These are the metrics you should have. So I didn't need to do all of that Googling. It was just here for me, which was really great. Something else though, some of these things might not apply to you. So maybe you only are routing with one service channel. There's no need to show this because it's always just going to be 100%. We can just get rid of that. Before we start editing this though, my number one best practice tip for using these is to clone them first. So of course, we can just start using this. It's here, it's available for us. But Tracie, I don't know about you, but sometimes I'm editing something and I just like change it so much it's unrecognizable and then I can't get back.
Sometimes that happens to me. What happens more often is I get a well-intentioned super user who goes, oh, well, I'm going to make some personal changes. It'll be on my personal dashboard. They don't hit that beautiful save as. And suddenly this company dashboard is now personalized to Joe Smith. That happens
Thanks,
quite
Joe
often.
Smith.
Thank you, Joe.
So I recommend cloning the whole dashboard. And of course, that does make take a little bit more time because then you need to clone your reports and re-put them on your dashboard, but it will save you time in the end because when you want to go back to what this looked like originally, you can.
And if you do have those well-intentioned super users, when you are cloning the reports and the dashboard, save it to a folder that is private,
Yes.
just in case.
Yes. Okay, so I'm actually just gonna edit this one instead of cloning it because it's already here for me. So super simple, of course, to start customizing it. If this doesn't work for your business case or for your organization, boop, it's gone.
Magic.
And if this one you don't care about, boop, it's gone. And then all you have to do is start like resizing and reorganizing. And now we have the metrics on here that our business cares about. And we've only had to do like two things, which is super cool.
Now, all right, we have the metrics that our business cares about, but it's still like a vastness of monotony, at least to my eyes. How can we make sure
It's
that they
very
are focusing
white.
on those crucial data points that they asked for to begin with?
Yeah, so when I start developing a dashboard, I like to think of it like reading a newspaper. So my headline is up top. This is what I need you to know right away. And then I have some supporting information and then maybe details at the bottom. And then it's also great to use color because color, specifically darker colors, will draw your attention. So of course, that's super easy in here too. Let's just start at the top because we're already here. All we need to do is change this to dark mode and hit update. And now I know that I want to look at that first. My eye is
Yeah,
instantly drawn there. And even, down here, if I want this one to be dark too,
I like that.
boom. Now that's an important metric that my eye looks at. And of course, I wouldn't leave it in the middle of the dashboard there, but this is a really easy way to draw out what's important for your users, what you want them to focus on, and they will automatically focus on it because psychology.
All right. Well, to that end, you have me focusing on that particular average handle time by agent, and I'm looking at Kristi Brown. She spent an average of 4,400. Is that 1,000? How much time are you spending? This looks
Um,
like an awesome widget, but I'm not sure what time is in this case. How can we
yeah.
improve that?
So one of the things with this dashboard, and actually one of the comments on the app in App Exchange, is that everything is in seconds. And that's not anything to
Ah,
do with the actual app. That's just how it gets tracked in Salesforce, of course. Um, and that's really easy to change. So we just need to decide what metric is more useful for you. For our org, it was minutes. We're not answering things in 5 seconds, so that was silly. It might even be hours for you, or depending on what you're routing, it might be days. So choose whatever you want. And then it's really simple. Let's edit this guy here down at the bottom. So let's open up this response by agent. And so this average speed to answer, this 42, that's seconds. So I'm looking really good. I answer really quickly.
dang, you're
That's
fast. Okay,
awesome.
all right, cool, cool.
All we need to do is edit this report after we've cloned it, of course.
Thank you. Yes.
We're going to create a new summary formula since we're grouped here. And we'll just call that speed to answer and then specify minutes. And I could try to spell it correctly.
Aspire to.
And then we just need to put our formula, and really it's just what they had already, and we're dividing by 60 to get to our minutes. We'll hit validate just for giggles because it's always fun. Oh,
See,
and that's why, hold on.
true to our demo form, There's always
True
something,
to our
Kristi.
demo form.
We thought we were going to get away with it this time. Not the case.
I know, right? Speed to answer.
There you go.
Divided by 60.
Yes. I'm relatively certain that's still how many seconds are in a minute.
I'm gonna put minutes here now because now I'm lazy and flustered.
You're all good.
Green check mark.
Yes.
Boom. Hit apply. And now I have my minutes down here. Good. Okay. Hit run, save, and then you'll just need to switch out which measure you're using in the chart on your dashboard.
So this is like a great example of out of the box what we get from Salesforce Labs and how awesome it is, but how we still need to take a second look at it to adjust the tweaks based on what our users are used to seeing. Because like I'm good with math in my head, but translating that many seconds to minutes, it's not going to happen. So this is awesome.
For sure. And I think that's true for any Salesforce Labs app. We install a lot of them and kind of use them as inspiration. So they're like great springboards into something cooler that's custom for you. I think we're done looking at this dashboard. Yeah, did we want to do anything else?
It is looking good. All right. Let's say that you have now made this dashboard, you've customized it, put everything in minutes, highlighted the colors that they need to see. We are, of course, going to tell our end users that you spent hours on this, coming up with all of the industry metrics, and you didn't just download it 15 minutes ago.
Of course, because I am a rock star.
Because you are a reporting rock star. All right. We send an email to the end users with a link of this. They click on that link, look at it once, maybe twice. Maybe they even bookmark the email from us to find it again. Maybe. How do we guarantee that all the work that we put into this keeps getting used? Like, what can we do to make sure that even if those users lose our email, lose the bookmark, forget the name of the dashboard? I think that's a popular excuse. How do we make sure that they keep coming back to this?
Yeah, so rather than using the favorites list up here, which is a favorite of yours, but
it is a favorite of mine.
Super long. It's super easy to just subscribe people to the dashboard. So when you hit subscribe, if you have permissions, of course, to subscribe people to the dashboard, you can subscribe yourself, but then you can also subscribe other people, which is super fun. So you can send it to Tracie and she'll get this. I think probably I should make it like every morning at 5 a.m. or something.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah.
Let's make it 3 a.m. Of course, something that would be useful for your team. So if my support managers are looking at this, it would be great. They start their day at, let's say, 8 a.m. If they have this in their inbox every morning at 8 a.m., ready to go. I know all my team's performance from yesterday. I know what's happened overnight, and we can kickstart the day.
That is awesome. And it's so much better than back in my early admin days, I used to, make a dashboard and then be like, they're never going to see it. I'm just going to log in as them and then subscribe them to it, schedule a report run for them. And now with this subscribe feature, it's just so much easier.
Thanks, Salesforce.
Thank you very much.
Okay, perfect. So, really quickly, and even if you didn't do best practice and clone it, like this dashboard is ready to go, honestly, in what has it been, like 15 minutes. So starting with this, making sure it's useful for your team and what you want to use it for, get it and go. All you have to do is push that green get it now button.
Exactly. And your stakeholders don't need to know, yes, this took you 15 minutes, wait a couple of hours before you release it.
That's right. You can take an extra long lunch.
There it is.
Let's jump back over to our slides and talk about other stuff. So I showed you at least 3 different dashboards that were available just for omni-channel tracking, and I'm sure there's even more. There are app packages in here for sales dashboards, for marketing dashboards. The Clean Your Room dashboard is something Salesforce actually uses. I watched a session at Dreamforce one year about that. It was really neat. There's adoption dashboards. Is your team adopting Lightning, multi-factor authentication?
Which will become very important in the months to come.
Very important. Yeah. Install it.
Yeah.
How are your Lightning articles doing with your customers. So there's so much. Grab this link down at the bottom here, and they put a bunch of them in the list. But just explore. I mean, just keep scrolling. I think that it just keeps populating more for you. Scroll and scroll and scroll and just see what's there. And even if you aren't using the ones that are there, you'll get inspired to do something else.
For sure.
And I think with that, we are done.
Thank you so much.
That was amazing. Thank you, Kristi and Tracie. Thank you for sharing all of your contributions of reports and dashboards. Some of those are our most popular lab solutions. So we know our admins love reports and dashboards. So thank you for sharing those. And that is a wrap. This day has been amazing. I have enjoyed every single session, and I hope that all of you have as well. I think that the lab solutions shared here today have helped some of you solve some business challenges. Maybe you're going to help you learn some new pieces of functionality on the Salesforce platform. But I truly hope from my heart that they helped inspire all of you to try out some lab solutions on AppExchange and to have some fun with the Salesforce platform. So I want to give a big thank you to all of our presenters here today for sharing their passion of lab solutions with all of us. And a special shout out to our employee lab builders, because the reality is without them, this day wouldn't be possible. So thank you for all of your contributions to this program. Now, you can find all of the labs that we highlighted here today on AppExchange, and there's a handy link available for all of you to do that. And remember, we have hundreds of lab solutions to explore. So I recommend checking out our Labs app guide, which makes finding lab solutions to solve unique business challenges super easy. And then lastly, we want to hear from you. What did you love about today's event, and what can we do to make it better? So this is a super short survey, less than 5 minutes, but please let us know your thoughts about today's event. And then remember, it's not too late to win an Apple Watch. So follow Salesforce Labs on Twitter, check out the official rules, and engage with us. We love hearing from Trailblazers and hearing the stories of what lab solutions have made an impact on you. And so with that, our time here today has come to an end. It has been amazing. I've enjoyed every second, and I hope you all have as well. So we cannot wait to do this again. We've had so much fun. So instead of saying goodbye, I'm going to say until next time. See you on AppExchange.